Well, hello guys, PokePlayer, and today I'm back for another video, and today's video is going to be another moveset video, and today's moveset video is going to be about Wailord. As you guys can see from the thumbnail, Wailord is a really darn cool Pokemon. Everyone knows Wailord, right? The biggest Pokemon in the game, if I'm not mistaken, probably the most, it weighs probably the most as well. It is just such a huge Pokemon, and you just can't deny the fact that this thing is awesome. When everyone saw Wailord, they liked Wailord. Everyone would have been impressed when they saw Wailord for the first time. I'm pretty much sure about that. But today's boosted video is going to be about Wailord, as I said before. But let's go into the stats of Wailord and what Wailord actually can do. So Wailord has some pretty weird stats. They're unique. But let's talk about Wailord's dex entry. Wailord is said to be the float whale Pokemon, and as you guys can see, Wailord is definitely a whale. It is an enormous whale. And for the abilities that Wailord can learn, that are Oblivious, yes, Waterfill, and as its hidden ability, Pressure. All of these abilities are not the most useful abilities, which is a shame, and that's why Wailord is probably not the most common used Pokemon in the meta game, but it's still a really darn cool Pokemon to use. So I definitely recommend it to you guys. But let's go over to the stats. Wailord has a 170 base HP stat, which is insane. It's probably not as big as Blissey's HP stat, but it's still pretty darn close, and it is enormous. But what would you expect from such a huge creature? Its attack stat is 90, its defense stat is 45, its special attack stat is 90, and its special defense stat is 45 as well. But because these defensive stats are so low, it doesn't really matter that they are so low, because Wailord has a good HP stat. Wailord also has a 60 speed stat, which is not really fast, to be honest. It's just a common speed stat for walls. So let's go on to our first moveset. So for the first moveset of today's moveset video is going to be Choice Lord, Choice Wailord. This is probably the most standard Wailord set that you will see most of the time if someone uses Wailord. Because this is just a standard Wailord set. You can never go really wrong with this set. It always works. And this is just a set that I wanted to show you guys if you want to go less gimmicky than the next set that I'm going to show you guys. But let's go on about this set for now. The ability that you should run is probably Waterfill, because you are using the move Water Spout. And if you get burnt, Water Spout's damage will get weakened every turn, so that wouldn't be a nice thing. As well, for the item, you could go with Choice Scarf, and that's why I had two different EV spreads, but I'll explain that a bit later. And Choice Specs. And for the nature, you could go with Timid if you want to go with Choice Scarf, and Mollis if you want to go with the Choice Specs set. So for the moves, I would go and definitely recommend Water Spout, because it's a really darn powerful move. 150 base water type attack. It is really darn good. And for the other moves, I would go with either Hydro Pump or Surf or Scald, what you prefer. But I'm more of the Surf kind of guy, because I want to play it safe, and the burn is not necessary for a sweeper like Wailord in this set. But Hydro Pump, if you want to take the risk, definitely do it, because Hydro Pump is probably worth it. And you can also run Ice Beam, which is really a good coverage move for grass types, and HP grass for other water types, because you would get walled by water types with if you are running only water and ice type moves. For the EV spread, I would go with 252 speed, 252 special attack, and 4 HP. If you want to go with the Choice Scarf set, and 252 HP, 252 special attack, and 4 special defense if you want to go with the Choice Spec set. So this is just a basic Wailord set that you could run. It's very effective, and it will work at some points. Having the Choice Scarf and 90 base speed, 60 base speed, will give you a 90 base speed set, which is not that fast, but in PU you can outspeed quite a lot of things. So let's go on to the second and last moveset in this video. And the last moveset for Wailord in this video is going to be Lord of Gimmick, because Wailord has some pretty darn funny moves to use, and you can make a really gimmicky set with it. So today we are going to discuss this gimmicky set that I actually did not create, because my friend Dustin, aka Shuckle Dev, he created this. So I will give him the credits for that, but this is a really darn cool set. I never really used it, but I know that it can do good stuff. So for the ability for the set, you could run Waterfill, which I would recommend, because getting Bird on the set is pretty crucial because you are a physical attacker. You could also go with the ability Oblivious if you know that your opponent is going to bring Taunt for some reason. It could be a good set to use. Also for the item, I would definitely recommend to go with Chesto Berry because we are running Rest on this set, or Leftovers if you don't want to run Rest. For the nature, I would recommend on both sets to run Careful, because you are going to be specially defensive. So let's check the moves. For the moves, I would go with Curse to boost up your defense and attack but lower your speed, which is definitely not a problem since Wailord only has a 60 base speed in general, and this is more of a bulky set and not a set to outspeed Pokemon. For the other moves, I would go with Waterfall and Avalanche. Avalanche is pretty hard to get because it is a Gen 4 move, I believe, a Gen 4 TM. So if you can't manage to get Avalanche, I would also go with Earthquake, but I forgot to put it on this picture. But for the other moves, you could go with either Bounce if you want to go without Rest, because this moveset does get walled by grass types, and it is funny to see a Wailord bounce, right? So Bounce is also a possibility, but I would go with Rest, because you manage to get... Maybe you can manage to get 2 curses up and they still can't KO you, and they are low, you're low on HP and you can rest. And then they have to start all over again. You can set up another curse and maybe start sweeping after that point. Which is really cool about this set, and it is a really good set, but I haven't been able to use it quite yet, but I will use it in the future, definitely. For the IV spread, there's actually only one IV spread possible, so I don't know why I set IV spreads on the picture. But it doesn't matter, because the IV spread is going to be mixed, but mainly especially defensive. You're gonna go with 252 HP, 96 attack, or 69 attack, and 160 special defense. So this will help you take special defensive hits, and since you are boosting your defense as well with Curse, that means that you can run specially defensive, and now you're bulky on both sides, and they can't really manage to hit you with that amazing HP set, which is great about Wailord. So I hope you guys like these two sets, and then I'll go on to the outro. So I hope you guys like these two movesets. Make sure to use them or check them out if you want to go. Just use them on Showdown, just check them out, it would be fun, because they are really cool. And Wailord should be used more. It's a whale, it's a massive whale, the biggest Pokemon and probably the heaviest Pokemon in the game. You should give it a shot, because it's a really cool Pokemon and it doesn't get enough shine, in my opinion. Imagine Mega Wailord, that would be insane. But it would be really funny. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, and then I'll see you guys in my next video. Later.